viewers. You're watching Coach Manisha in Conversations, and I'm Manisha Sharma. Our guest today is somebody who has chalked out his own path, navigated uncharted territories, and is actually an example for young people who find it hard to stay in a very orthodox educational system. We have with us Pratik Patel, who has actually taken a very daring step of dropping out of college and setting up his own business at the age of 19. And now he's actually managing a large team. He has a private limited company. He's servicing various industries and geographies. I am very proud that a young person like Pratik is now expert video strategist, marketing specialist, supporting coaches and founders in their journey. And he's also creating a path for youngsters who would like to do something different. So welcome to the show, Pratik.
Thank you so much, Manisha, for the show.
How have you been, Pratik?
It's wonderful being on the show actually at the age of 21. And yes, that's the only reason I'm here.
I'm very happy that you're here with us, Pratik. And help me understand, what was the turning point where you decided that I am not going to pursue my engineering? And what happened in your life when you decided that?
So actually it's a long story. When I was pursuing my engineering college, so around the country, people were losing their jobs. So when I was in second year, I started doing something or the other to earn money. At the very beginning, I come from a Gujarati family, so business is in our bloods.
True.
So when I was in second year, I started to make websites for businesses, for brands. I earned a bit of money from there. Later on in third year, when there are semester holidays, so I gave my complete time to the business. Okay. For 2 months, I invested my whole time there.
Okay.
At the age of 17 or 18 probably. At that moment of time, within 2 months, I made around 4 to 5 lakhs rupees. So that gave me a very good boost that, okay, if I complete my engineering, I would get maximum package of, if I'm very good, I get a package of 7 or 8 LPA. But in that period of time, I thought business or entrepreneurship is for me.
And it's in your blood.
Yeah, it's in my blood. So I thought that dropping off college and giving my 100% of the times in business would make me a lot more profit. Okay. So that's the story behind thinking about entrepreneurship and business to actually dropping off and taking a big step.
And what was the impact on the family?
Family was quite supportive. Family said that तुझे जो करना है वो कर, but don't take rubbish decisions in just hurry. They supported me and they believed in me, and I also believed in myself that okay, I will do it myself. That's it. Family was quite supportive.
And I must say, unconventional for an Indian set of parents.
It was quite difficult for me to drop off because I had to hear a lot from everybody. Not my parents actually, but relatives.
Yeah.
They said, it's just 1 year left to complete your engineering. Why don't you just complete it off and get into entrepreneurship? You can do whatever you want. My college professors told me, you won't do anything. My seniors in my college told me, you will close this after 6 months. I did not have answers at that moment of time, but I think through this podcast, they can get answers what I have been till now.
So true. So Pratik, when you initially started, what is it that you were pursuing? And at this stage, what are the new paths that you have created for yourself?
Okay. So at the very beginning, I did not have any new path. So I started with digital marketing and website development because that is what I knew. So back then, I was helping business owners, local business owners, to promote their business online because online is what is the future. Okay. And later on, it was very saturated. So I left that company and that is on the automation mode, and it's doing a good job right now.
So your team is managing it.
Yeah. So right now we have built Capture Flow Media Private Limited. In that we have come to a space where we are helping a dedicated niche. It's not for everybody. It's for coaches, consultants, and founders. We help them build their visibility online.
Okay.
Right? Because what happens is I see them, they have a lot of knowledge, but they are unable to express their knowledge online. So I help them create their presence digitally. Because once people see you, once people hear you, then and only then someone random comes to you and pay you. Because trust is built within. When they're a new person, they aren't gonna pay you for the services you are selling them.
So unless you create a brand for them, and then that's how they get clients. Okay. So what's the one lesson that entrepreneurship has taught you, which you carry with you?
It's like staying calm in each and every situation. What happens is some moments come in life that you don't have cash flow. There is a lot of pressure and tension around that. You have to pay salaries, you have to pay rents and all the stuff. So entrepreneurship has taught me to stay calm. If you believed in yourself that you have gotten to part of entrepreneurship, then you have to have some patience, and that's how it works.
Okay. Do you do any specific meditation or yoga to stay calm?
Not actually, because entrepreneurship has taken all of my time there.
Okay.
Because I woke up at 6, the meetings, all the schedule is planned of that time, and at the end of the day what happens is I actually work with a lot of international clients, so my time slots actually is very tough to handle. I sleep at 2, I sleep at 4, and again get up at 6.
Okay.
So it's quite difficult for me, but in the meantime I listen to music and I do what I love, like playing a lot of sports for a while, half an hour or 1 hour. That helps me keep calm.
Okay.
That's
how you find your magic.
Yeah.
All right, great. So was there ever a time when you thought that this journey is too difficult and let me give it up?
A lot more than once. Because what happens is, again I told you, there is a lot of time when it happens that cash flow is the major problem which happens. You have to hear a lot of things from at a very young age when you started entrepreneurship and you don't have a degree. You have to hear from a lot of people that you should have completed a degree, you should have got a stable job, get settled in your life. See, things are different from each and every angle. They are not wrong, but I think they should believe in each other's path. So this is the thing what I believe. If you focus on what you are building, then just focus on that. You just forget about everything. You just have to delete your name in society for 2 years, or maybe in entrepreneurship you said 1,000 days. If you started something, you dedicated your time and effort for 1,000 days, and then you think that maybe you want to pursue or not.
Okay. All right. So I think that's a great suggestion for somebody who wants to start their entrepreneurship journey.
Yes.
Minimum investment is 1,000 days before you take a call of either this way or that way.
Exactly.
Okay. So I understand you have quite a large team right now working with you. What would be 1 or 2 qualities that you look out for in a person when you want to take them on board?
Just one quality. I see just one quality, that is hunger to work. Just hunger. Because I have a person in my team who is in 12th standard.
Wow.
He's working as a freelancer with me. He's from Bihar. So, that taught me that age is just a number. He's working amazingly. People say they don't have device, they don't have time. He's going to college. He's working with me. He's giving me around 2 videos every day with a great quality. He don't even have a laptop. So he can't complain that I don't have a laptop, I can't do it. He's just doing that using a cell phone. So that is an amazing thing, and which have taught me a lesson that okay, anybody can start with anything. If you have an urge to earn, urge to grow, anybody can start with anywhere.
You don't need
Big
fanfare.
setup.
Yeah, you don't
Yes,
need
yes, yes.
fanfare to start.
Anybody don't need that big setup that I need a laptop, I need a stable Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, Wi-Fi connection is necessary, but not like 100 Mbps है तो ही मैं काम करूँगा.
Geo
Something
network
like this.
है.
Yes.
Okay. So, many young people, when they don't have degrees from very well-known institutes, academia, they feel they are at a back step compared to others in the competitive marketplace. What's your suggestion for them?
What I feel is degree is important if you want to get into corporates or something, you want to do some job. Okay. But skill is more important than a degree. See, if an IITN is there and he don't have a proper skill, he won't get a job. But if a student from a third tier college have a proper skill set, what a job requirement is fulfilling, he can get a great job or whatever he does. So I think focus on skill rather than anything, because
Okay.
skill, and also one more thing is the communication.
Okay.
That is two things which I see is really important.
Okay. All right. So when everything is going wrong, yeah, what are some of the qualities which have uh, helped you to sustain your growth?
Staying calm, because what happens in the situation is true leadership comes up when the situations are really worst. When everything is going right, you have clients, cash flow is perfect, everything is going amazingly smoothly. In that particular part, leadership is not where it comes to place. It's very easy at that period of time. But when situations are worst, like you don't have clients, okay, you don't have cash flows, in that period of time, how you handle the situation is where a great leadership actually comes up. Because in that period of time, you have to think about, okay, how would this happen when I don't have cash in hand? How would you pay salary to them? But somehow, as an entrepreneur, we manage to do so.
Yeah.
We have to. We can't delay that.
When you're looking at the current ecosystem with all of the advances in IT technology, which are the skill sets which you believe are critical for the people who are coming into the workforce now?
I think there are two very important skills that people should learn in the coming years, because AI is evolving and taking some very easy jobs. But these two skills, AI can never replace you. One is sales, because the best person who can do the sales, every company needs that type of person. Now, another type of person is the communication, building relationship with the clients, with the prospects. That is really important. So these two skills, I really think that is very important for the coming years. And I would also tell viewers to actually get engaged with this kind of skills.
Okay. All right. I understand you also have a co-founder
Yeah.
associated, right? So, how has the journey been of growing along with the co-founder? Does it have any challenges, or what's your view?
Not actually challenges, but working with a co-founder is actually easier if you have a right co-founder in place. In my scenario, it's Pratik Patel. She's my co-founder. So we both co-founded Capture Flow Media Private Limited. In this particular scenario, I am good at sales and I bring the clients, and she handles the delivery. So the 50-50 work is done by both the co-founders and taken care by both of the co-founders. So in these particular situations, the entrepreneurship, the business is easier to take carry forward. Working with a co-founder like this, if you complement each other's pros and cons, it's easier to succeed. So definitely I believe that working with a co-founder is easier
Okay.
if it's the right person.
Right person is the operative word.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm coming to the rapid fire round now, the entrepreneur edition. So I would like really quick responses on this. Yeah.
Sure.
One skill that changed your life.
Consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
One book every entrepreneur should read.
Not one, actually, there is three. Three books of Alex Hermosi, that is Offer, Leads, and Models, Money Models.
Okay. One habit that contributes most to your success.
Consistency.
Okay. One lesson your team has taught you.
Age is just a number.
12th standard.
12th standard.
One thing people misunderstand about entrepreneurship.
uh, it's like everybody fails. Most of the people think like entrepreneurship is a do or die. Yeah, definitely it is. But if you have made your goal in your mind, it's always a win, because it's never a failure. If your startup fails, it's just a learning for the new one.
Absolutely.
So that's what, if anybody is new into entrepreneurship, they don't know this.
Yeah.
So I believe this
So failure is a stepping stone.
stepping stone. Exactly.
Okay. Now, so Pratik, you're really young, and what is the next thing that you are going to be engaged in? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years' time?
I want to be into the top 1% of what my company does, actually. So I would like myself to be a calm person, a calm founder. Okay. Leading a team of 12 right now, and it should be around 50 to 60 people team in the span of next 5 years.
Okay. And where would the focus of your organization be? What service would you focus on?
Lead generation and content help in digital era.
Okay. All right. If you have two young people, young adults, one young adult has the ideal ecosystem working for him or her. You know, good set of parents, earning well, good education, this, that. So everything is honky dory. And then you have another young adult for whom, it's not so,
Easy.
it's not so easy. So, how would this young adult for whom things are not so easy peasy really navigate today's world?
In that particular scenario, what I feel is learning a skill and actually implementing it is what will actually make him succeed.
So, if you say skill, are you talking about specifically IT skills or behavioral
No, any
skills?
skill what he actually likes.
Okay.
See, I am into a different industry. If he likes something different and I'm pulling him towards my industry, and okay, this is the future, do this, he will not do.
So, wherever his inclination
Yes,
is, or her
whatever skill
inclination.
he is into, he would learn that in 100% times.
Okay.
He would really focus into that.
So, I as a youth,
Hmm.
yeah, when I'm looking at my country, right, India in 2030 should support me in what way?
Okay. I think education system should be like, it should help entrepreneurs,
Okay.
because Indian entrepreneurs are actually great and people across the globe are actually praising Indian entrepreneurs. They are not letting Indian entrepreneurs come forward and actually express their ideas. So I think Indian government should help the youth to promote entrepreneurship.
Yeah, actually, I had a guest the other day, and he also mentioned something on similar lines. He said that from a global perspective, the Indian entrepreneurs are really in the top standing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have a great idea and they have a great brain. But I think lack of something is not letting them come to the top.
So some supportive environment, some policies that would help them grow more,
Yes.
would probably help an Indian entrepreneur really achieve more, is what we're saying. Okay, so I think this has been a very interesting conversation, and while we may not have answers for all the things that we would hope for. It does give us some idea of what young people can do and what should be their path like, even if things are not as fine as they would like to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Pratik, for coming on to the podcast today and sharing your views. I hope I will have the privilege of talking to you in the next 2-3 years time again,
Definitely. Definitely.
when you're in the top 1%.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time today. Take
Thank you
care.
so much.
Yeah.